Hello, hey there, this is Benjamin Bogonko, an inspirational speaker and also a teacher. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the tips, especially for those people who are in a long-distance relationship. Long-distance relationships are actually very difficult, especially if two people who have been together for quite some time, fond of each other, playing together, spending time together, physically near or close to each other. And now, all of a sudden, they have to stay away from each other for a number of reasons. But there are people who are in this situation that have managed to make their relationship, even though they are staying far away from each other, to become more healthy and very fulfilling. That's why I'm doing this video today. I will share with you some of the tips that I hope by the end of the video will help you to begin working on making your relationship a more fulfilling one and a happy one. The first tip is having a very serious discussion between you and your partner. Every successful relationship requires open communication between the two people. Make sure that the two of you have a discussion about your hopes and expectations, your fears about long-distance relationships. Talk about how you're going to communicate. Are you going to call each other? Are you going to text each other? And how often? Is it going to be every day, once a week? Talk about all this. And more importantly, talk about when are you going to be seeing each other. In other words, visiting each other physically. And consider the financial implications. Some people stay far away from each other. That requires lots of planning and the financial aspect on how they're going to meet. Talk about it and see whether this is realistically possible. More importantly, when you discuss about this relationship, you and your partner, talk about whether it's going to be monogamous, that you may not be able or allowed to see other people, go for dates with other people so long as you're in that relationship. Because there are people, when you're in a long distance relationship, they continue having the benefit of talking to other people, meeting other people, in fact, even dating other people, simply because you're far away from them. Remember to talk about it and agree whether this way will work for the two of you. The other tip is ensure that you both feel secure. Any successful relationship involves each partner feeling secure about the present and the future. And the only way for you to make the other partner to feel secure is by telling him or her your daily activities. What are you doing today? What are you doing in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and even at night? Share this. Keep each other updated about your plans and what exactly that you're doing now that you're far away from each other. Consider your partner's feelings. With the internet era and social media, some people may go out, record videos, take pictures with the opposite sex partners, and post them on their social media platforms. And this may make their partners to feel so insecure. Consider their feelings in everything that you're doing and you're posting, especially on social media platforms. The third tip that you may use is figure out the end game of the relationship. Everyone, when they meet each other and they start a relationship, there's always the end game of the relationship. It could be for marriage purposes. So talk about it. Talk openly with your partner and have a plan that is leading towards that end game that both of you have agreed. Discuss the future plans. Quite often it can be very intense and serious sometimes, but one of the most proven ways to find out if somebody is serious with you, with their future plans, is to set a deadline. I don't mean a deadline on the relationship, but put a deadline on yourself as a man or as a woman. In the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, I would like this relationship to be in this position, us being together. If you put a deadline on yourself, It will allow you to become more focused and also to know that maybe you could be wasting your time with somebody that is not really serious with you. In addition to that, if you realize that there is no progress in getting to that end game, you may demand from your partner, especially when it's taking too long and there's no progress between the two of you. The other tip that you may use is make plans together. Couples that have plans together about their future, about the next trips, and also plan them together can be very exciting and very fulfilling. When you plan a trip together, the next time you're going to meet, what you're going to do, it not only makes the other person to become more positive, but also makes the other person to have that sense of security and certainty about that relationship. So plan trips together as a team to make your relationship continuously being more successful and healthy. Another important tip that you may use is to establish a very clear and agreed method of communication. There are people who prefer video calls, others who prefer sending messages, just chatting. So talk with your partner. What works for them and what doesn't work for them, what works for you and what doesn't work for you too. Talk and agree the method of communication that will be very effective for both of you. As I wind up this video, I also want to share this other tip that committing to check on each other quite often, and in fact almost on a daily basis, will be one of the best ways to make your relationship very successful. You don't have to call your partner for a long time, phone call, just a simple message, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. All these short messages, so long as they are always being sent and received every single day, will ensure that your relationship is still alive and healthy. Last but not least, get a support system. I believe that everyone, and even those people who are lucky enough to be together in the same location, the same house, for their relationship to continue working and becoming more successful, they need a support system. You too, in a long distance relationship, you need a support system. Talk to a friend that you trust or a family member. Tell him or tell her your fears and your insecurities and how you feel lonely about this long distance relationship. Sometimes when you share this to other people, they will make you realize that you're not alone in this situation. You can join other discussions with other people, with the groups that have people who are currently in long distance relationships. Through those groups, you will learn the tips and also the techniques or the tricks of making a long distance relationship to become more successful. There are many other ways to make a long distance relationship to work. But I hope with these few tips you have picked up something. Please don't forget to drop in a comment down there below what you think about this video. And also please subscribe to my YouTube channel for the next content. Share this video to a family or a friend member. And thank you so much for watching from the beginning up to the end. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and good luck in your relationship. Goodbye.